Today has clearly been not my day. Woke up this morning, realized that I fell asleep early last night, so I had to edit the thumbnail and still upload my video to YouTube. It was edited and stuff, but I still had to do a bunch of stuff for it. So my video was like 30 minutes late today. And then I realized since I fell asleep early last night, literally on my bed with my computer open, like not even like the normal way, like the opposite, like vertical way on my bed for some reason. I then realized that because of that, I forgot to charge my camera. So I plugged my camera in, waited a few hours, and I was like, all right, probably good now. Then I realized my charger wasn't even in the wall, so it was just hooked up to nothing basically. So I had a dead camera all day. I was like, you know what, I'll just record my workout tonight. So I drive to the gym, I get here, I'm in the locker room and everything, try to get my camera out, realize I forgot my camera at home. So I had to drive home, 15 minutes there, 15 minutes back, now I finally have my camera, and we're about to work out. We're about to show you my shoulder workout. My strong point is my shoulders and my back. I did a back video recently, if you haven't seen it, check it out. And this one's gonna be shoulders, delts, where everyone lacks delts. Everyone has lacking delts because they always think you need steroids to have huge delts, and that's not the case. Genetics play a role, but training and your training style also plays a role. So check this workout out and let me know what else you wanna see. But enjoy, leave a thumbs up, and thanks for watching. Okay, so this video will not be an edit. It's gonna be fully instructional. Hope you enjoy this because I usually don't like to go into full depth of my workout. Just because it's very time consuming and it distracts me from my actual lift, but I'm gonna try to do my best for this one. High volume is the way I train shoulders. It's, in my opinion, the only way you can grow your shoulders. You can train them over time and progressive overload and everything, but if you're not getting enough volume in there, it's just not gonna change. You need to add volume. So high volume training is my style. If you agree with it or not, that's just what I prefer. But we're starting out with some dumbbell shoulder press. So I prefer shoulder press with the dumbbells over barbell because barbell utilizes way too much front delt in my opinion. So that should be more of like a strength exercise if you're doing this. I wouldn't always train overhead press with hypertrophy, but dumbbells allow you to get more access to a full shoulder. And notice I don't go fully extension all the way up, all the way back down. I try to keep a more constant tension type of thing on this. And it also, I have a few injuries, so it helps with that as well. But dumbbells are really good. Just started off really light. Gonna progress up with each set, 4 or 5 sets total, heavier each time. For lateral extensions for your shoulder, lateral extensions, you have to do it in a different way. So a lot of people just go side to side, they'll just go up like that. It's wrong. You want to basically retract your scapula, so shoulders up, back, down, and then when they're in that position, lean forward. If you can, you might not be here yet, but flare your lats. It's like a lot of steps, but it's an easy process. Retract your scapula, flare your lats, and then when you lift them up, have a slight bend in your elbow and let your shoulder lead your elbow. You should never be kind of like even up. It should always be shoulder comes up first and your elbow's on a slight down, so if that makes sense. It's hard to like show, but you get my point. So shoulder goes up first, elbow follows. So basically at the top of your lift, your shoulder should always be higher than your elbows. So yeah, this next exercise is not fun, I repeat, not fun, but really, really good. I feel like it definitely helps with like stamina during your lift. Like the longer I'm able to do this over time, the longer I'm able to last during high volume exercises and workouts, I mean. But it's the last thing I'm gonna do over here before I go over to hit cables and plate loaded stuff. I will come back to dumbbells, I think at the end of this workout, not 100% sure yet, but check this out, super hard. So we're gonna grab semi-light, medium weight kettlebell, and you're just gonna hold your arms out and lock them on a side lateral raise at the top for as long as you can, AMRAP. Or not AMRAP, but you know, as long as you can. 10-second rest again. It's my wrists, man. I'm gonna light up the dumbbells. Or kettlebells, I mean. Light them up, because that was hurting a lot. I don't do too many exercises with isometric holds, so recommend that anytime you get to throw one in there, try it. Definitely a good little switch up, but shoulders are fully pumped now. Gonna go over there and do some other exercises. So this is another very hard exercise. This is unilateral, so we're doing one arm at a time here. Cables, go super lightweight, obviously enough to give yourself a good workout, but just don't go as heavy as you think you probably should, because I end up using like one little plate on this cable rack, and I have pretty strong shoulders, so yeah, just check this out. This next one's extremely underrated. I rarely ever see anyone doing this. It's like essentially a high pull, like one arm at a time, but I'm using the cables instead. I literally can only do like 5 or 6 reps. It's a superset. So I'm doing the exact same thing that I did last time and then adding this at the end of each arm. So I can only do usually like 5 or 6 reps, honestly. It's super tough. Try this out. You might have noticed that I haven't been doing certain exercises that you probably would have guessed. I haven't done anything for traps or rear delts yet, or front delts yet. Nothing like specifically isolating those. I will do something for rear delts. I will not do anything for front delts. 2 reasons. One, I always have front delt pain. I've had it for like a few months now. I don't know how to get rid of it. I've tried mobility, I've tried a lot of stuff, but I'm just giving it time off. So I'm not ever gonna target my front delts directly with any exercise, like a front raise or anything. It hurts a lot. Also, I did chest yesterday, so it's super sore still. I usually don't back up chest workouts with shoulder workouts next day, but it happened to happen today. And for traps, since like the summer after high school, like 2 or 3 years ago, whenever I graduated, I have like sharp lightning bolt pains that almost feel like bee stings in my traps anytime I like do anything heavy. So I've been trying to do them lately, like 45, 50 pound dumbbells, like light work, some shrugs. But today I was stretching and I felt the pain, so I was like, you know what, I'm not even gonna do traps. So this workout is usually high volume. You're just not gonna see as much high volume because I can't do much of rear delts, or I can't do much of front delts. I don't really do that much rear delts because my rear delts are very strong, because my back is very strong, so my rear delts have developed with it. And my traps are just, so much pain. So I'm avoiding that. So you're missing out on 2 or 3 exercises and about a total of 9 sets additional to this workout that you won't see. I've only been recording like 1 or 2 sets from each exercise, but 9 sets total that I'm not including in this workout. So we're back at dumbbells. This is a triple superset. We're doing normal side lateral raises. Then we're gonna switch to holding like this and going up at like an angle. And then we're gonna do front delts. I lied a little bit before, but we're gonna do them differently. We're gonna go underhand, so reverse grip like that. And yeah, so it's triple superset, 8 reps each, 3 sets of this. That last one works a lot better unilaterally, so I suggest doing it one arm at a time. That was kind of uncomfortable. I don't usually do it bilateral, but you get the point. I also lied about the traps. I'm gonna do a little bit, just to show you guys an example of something I do. I love doing nothing but supersets for my shoulder workouts. It's just something I love. So we're gonna get these preloaded barbells. I'll show you what I mean. You probably have them at your gym. If not, you can make one with a little bit of barbell. And we're going to do front chugs supersetted with standing overhead press. So, yeah. Just a thought during the exercise. I do 3 sets of that, by the way, but just a thought during that exercise. A lot of people are always like, how do you have such big shoulders? How'd you grow your shoulders so fast? Because my shoulders went from nothing to huge immediately. And everyone always accuses me of steroids, and that's like their reasoning. They're like, oh, you big shoulders. People that take steroids usually have big shoulders. Guys, you see this workout. 60% done in all this volume so far. Is probably more than most of your shoulder workouts. I train high volume and I try to go heavy and I really squeeze. And in a second here I'm gonna talk about mind to muscle connection, which is something that I'm like a master at when it comes to shoulders that a lot of people suck at. So, like, me saying this stuff isn't being cocky, it's not being chauvinistic or anything like that. It's simply like, if you want big shoulders and you want shoulders, if you want your shoulders to grow as fast as mine did, I got a little bit lucky with my genetics, but my shoulders would still be like overpowering in my body like they are right now, regardless of that. If you want big shoulders, work for them, outwork me, and you'll get them. Or at least you'll make some type of progress, but just stay consistent with it. And that's really all you can do. But most people don't train with enough volume, and when they do train, they don't have a strong enough mind to muscle connection. So after this next exercise, we're gonna talk about that. And also, side note, a lot of people are like, well, I don't know how to train volume. I don't know how to do high volume shoulder workouts. Guys, there's plenty of information online, and there's also people like me who do like the coaching and the workout plans and stuff. Like, there's never an excuse for you to not be able to find out. Dang it, I meant to talk about that thing in today's video. Tomorrow, we'll talk about that. Why you're not getting the results you should be. It's 3 simple reasons, nothing more than 3. But, yeah. Okay, so right now we're about to do some rear delt work. We're gonna do some face pulls. A lot of people like to do these either standing or on some type of like face pull machine itself. I prefer doing these on the seated row. I switch to this little tricep rope and I use that. I definitely position your hands in the right position. A lot of people do it like this. Their hands are like that. I think it works better if you put your hands on these and you rotate them out. That's just me, at least with my wrist pains. But some people like to pull these like low to like their chin or like their forehead if they like doing it high. I like going straight to the middle, and when I do it, you pull it back and then you kind of like bring your shoulders back down a little bit. You just kind of pinch them. So you pull to your middle of your face and pinch them. That's how I like to do it. Play around with it. You should be feeling it right in here the most. So check that out. I keep saying check this out, but hands are sweaty. Actually, this is a much better hand grip. Grab it normally like this, if you can see me. Rotate your wrist out. Oh wait, way better. The reason a lot of people like to do it on like standing and stuff because they want it like directly symmetrical with them so they can just pull it straight out. For me, guys, you already know, I have like every injury in the book. I have pain for every exercise some point in my body. It sucks, but it's just the way it is right now. This allows me to kind of eliminate some of that pain. When I do it standing, I feel like a lot of weird shoulder pain. So try it standing, try it like this, see what you like better. It doesn't matter if I like it like this, doesn't mean you can too. It's just preference. But if you don't have like a solid set of rear delts, mine are pretty good because of my back, like I said. So I don't really train them that often. I usually then do like one exercise, 3 or 4 sets. I recommend maybe 2 to 3 exercises per shoulder workout. And a lot of people don't even lift shoulders by themselves, but I do, just because I like to really focus on them. I don't do this anymore because I don't need to focus on them anymore, but when I was growing them, I gave them their own day and I trained them twice a week. So one exercise I'm gonna do right now is super, super light. I recommend this. I usually don't go above 25s. My shoulders are toast right now, so I'm using 10s. I don't have like 15-pound plates, but they're plate raises. So it's the same thing as a lateral raise, but you just do them on the plates and you kind of pause at the top a little bit. And I usually bend my, you know how I told you before to get like an angle so you go up and it's not like a fully straight one. I go a little bit more of an angle in this one. One more exercise. If you've noticed, most of the stuff I do is raises, not as many presses. I like to do the presses in the beginning because I don't feel as much of a squeeze as when I do like a raise. My shoulders respond really well to raises. That's when I notice the most connection mind to muscle. And but yeah, this is my last exercise I do. I do a lot of free weights with shoulders. I recommend that a ton. Cables are great for time under tension, so definitely throw those into workout as well. You can try this whole workout if you want, but I'm just trying to give you some advice as it's in my head. But this is the last thing I do. Another very light exercise. I like to do this as like a finisher. But try this. So we're gonna get 10 or 15-pound dumbbells and we're going to raise them up, pause, rotate, pause, over above the head, pause, 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 1 rep. We're gonna do 1 set of 15 of these. I can usually barely get these at the end of your workout. It's not gonna feel as much as unless you wait till the end, so.
What are we doing now? Flies. I'll go do the street. Okay. How they get out?
Should have grabbed 10s. If you get tired, just forget to pause. That's enough. So like I said, it's like I'm not doing like 3 exercises that I normally do. So all of this volume plus 9 or more sets of other stuff that I do for rear delts, front delts, and shrugs for my traps. But like I said, guys, I'm gonna talk about mind to muscle connection next and for the next like 2 minutes, hopefully. I really like doing like custom plans stuff, meals and workouts for people. So that's why I do offer that. It's something I like doing. I'm really good at it. And this is like one of the workouts that I would give someone if they're like shoulders are my weak point. I would see what kind of volume they can handle, see what they're used to, and then I'd try to put them in something similar to this at their level. So definitely hit me up. Website's in the description and my email if you have questions for workout plans or any type of thing like that. But let's talk about mind to muscle connection. That's gonna complete the workout though, so we're leaving the gym now. Okay, so quick car talk about that mind to muscle connection we talked about. So for shoulders, it's crucial. For any body part, it's crucial if you wanna grow to develop that mind to muscle connection. My tips for shoulders are simply to follow My tips for shoulders are to simply follow good form. If you follow the good form over time, you kind of like understand why that form works. You'll understand the mechanisms in place and why you need to have that proper form, those certain angles, why you retract your scapula and flare your lats and stuff like that. That will help the mind to muscle connection because you know exactly what you're doing. Like I said before, mind to muscle connection is pretty much the same concept for every muscle group. With shoulders, it's a little bit harder to develop because it's very small. It's not a large muscle group, and it's in a very weird spot where you might be thinking your mind to muscle connection is in your shoulders, but it's in your biceps, it's in your lats. And I'm not talking like bro science. I'm just saying like a lot of people do shoulders and they don't always feel it where they should. Like you should be able to get a shoulder pump like very easily, but a lot of people get like a bicep pump, tricep pump, back pump, chest pump. It's because they're not isolating. They don't know how to really feel their shoulders. So for mind to muscle connection, close your eyes before you, like in your warm-up set. I always recommend this for your warm-up set. Close your eyes, try to picture your shoulders in your head. Like picture your shoulders, the picture of your shoulders in your head, and as you do the exercise, really try to focus on that squeeze. And then as you go up in weight, you're gonna be able to feel it even more. Time is the #1 thing. Over time, your mind to muscle connection will get better, but you can always try this by always making sure that you're actually trying to get a mind to muscle connection. A lot of people don't try, they just expect it to happen. But if you're constantly like, I need to focus on this connection, I need to focus on this connection, more than I need to figure out how much weight I can lift to impress the guy next to me, that's not how it works. You always want to try to figure out the best way to get your mind to muscle connection. That takes time, it's gonna take practice, it's gonna take really hard visualizations in your head. I recommend a lot of unilateral work. I've learned the most mind to muscle connection from three things. One, everything I just said. The second thing being posing practice. I told you guys, posing practice, even if you're not competing, even if you're not doing nothing like that, pretend you are and practice posing. You're gonna feel, you know, your shoulders a lot. You're gonna feel kind of like how to feel each muscle. And you don't even have to like go do it by itself. You can just do it really quick for 10 seconds after each set. The third thing is unilateral exercises. I always noticed when I did one arm at a time, my mind to muscle connection just kind of grew at a much faster rate. And when you only have to focus on one side, it just becomes easier to kind of like narrow things down so that you know what you're doing, versus if you're doing both at the same time, there's like a lot of other stuff in place. Usually a lot of people feel in their traps because they're like doing shrugs almost. So you just gotta feel things out. Not everything that I do is gonna work for you, but just know that it's time, trying different things, unilateral exercises, practicing posing, really closing your eyes and feeling it, picturing it in your head, and don't ego lift, go a little bit lighter, learn the squeeze, learn how to feel it and squeeze and flex your shoulder, and then move up in weight. But that's gonna conclude this video, guys. I hope you dropped a thumbs up. Tomorrow's video is gonna be awesome, hopefully, and depending on if everything goes as planned. But thank you so much for the support on the last video. And also, I didn't get that many comments about my one question, so if you think I should make t-shirts or something, let me know if you would buy them and what you want them to have on it. I have a few ideas in mind, but let me know. I appreciate you so much. I'll link coaching in the description if you need workout plans and stuff, but I'll see you in tomorrow's video.